Hey guys, Jordan here and welcome back to my gaming channel named It's Game Productions, and today we are back with another episode of my Clips and Tips, the series in which you ask me any question that you can think of and any question that you want the answer to, and I do my best to answer them to the best of my ability with as little getting distracted as possible. And you probably notice on this video that there is a couple of Battlefield 3 clips in it, and that's just because Second Assault came out, and I just wanted to put a couple of different videos in to sort of compare the maps slightly, although it's probably going to go really horribly wrong and not actually look that good. Because if you didn't know already, I record this actually before I put the clips in, so yeah. Anyway, I had so many problems getting Battlefield to run as soon as Second Assault came out. It just kept on crashing and crashing, and then I get this Origin is not can't connect to bf4.exe, use task manager to shut it down or something like that. It was completely ridiculous, and to solve it I had to uninstall and reinstall Battlefield 4 and had to change the way I shut down Windows 8. It's something to do with the fact that Windows 8 does a hybrid shutdown which you can disable by going in the options and configuring it and stuff. But anyway, it's all working fine now and I can actually play Battlefield 4 again, which is something I couldn't actually do before. I had about a week of which I could not get into a single game of Battlefield 4. Which was not brilliant, but anyway, it's all working now. So anyway, we'll get into the questions. So one of the first questions from Yellow is, do a setup video, please. And I will be doing a setup video, as I've already said, at 3k subs. And at 3k subs, I'm also going to be giving away a copy of Battlefield 4. So you need to get subscribing, you need to get sharing and all that awesome stuff to get me to 3k subs, and then that's what's going to happen, you see. I'm going to reward you guys for getting me to somewhere awesome, because 3k subs is crazy. I'm on like 2.8 something at the moment, and I'm just like, oh god, it's incredible. But yes, the next question is from Ninja Beatbox, and he says, hi Jordan, in your next Q&A, could you give us some tips on how to gain subscribers on a YouTube channel? I love making videos for YouTube, but I don't want to make them if nobody is going to see them. There would be no point in brackets. P.S. I really like your channel and the content you put out. Keep up the good work. P.P.S. Your name is the best. It's the same as mine. I know, Jordan is an amazing name. But anyway, with regards to gaining subscribers and such, I don't really know if there's like specific tips that you can give to gain subscribers. You just have to be passionate about what you do and convey that across when you do what you do. So be it playing Minecraft or anything, making music, or just doing like a little chat show or something like that. I don't know what you're doing on YouTube. I haven't actually had the time to check it out. I really should have done beforehand. I'm very sorry. But anyway, yes, you just have to really convey like how passionate you are about what you're talking about or what you're doing, and people will sense that, and they will hopefully subscribe to you because they want to see more of it, because they sense the fact that you enjoy what you're doing and you want to share it because it's something that makes you happy, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty much the only advice I can really give you about gaining subscribers. It is really just about, you really do need to make sure that people understand that it is something you enjoy, and they will subscribe. Now you have to remember that over the microphone and over the camera you do get dulled down. It's just what happens. So you really have to be like, if you could see me now, I'm like jumping around my room on my bed with holding a microphone to my face, screaming into it. Well, I'm not quite doing that, but you get the sort of idea as to what I'm doing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for your question. So I hope that helped. It's probably a bit of a vague answer, but that's all I can really recommend. That's all I've done, as far as I can tell. And that's what's helped me, so yeah. Next question is from Cyborg Flamingos, and he said, will an FX 6300 bottleneck a GTX 660? Also, can I join your outfit on PlanetSide 2? An FX 6300 is a very fast processor actually. It's a 6-core 3.0 to, I think it's a 3.2 actually. It's a very fast processor, 6 cores, and the GTX 660 is a pretty, it's mid to high-end graphics card, so it should be perfectly suited for each other. They will work really well together as far as like my knowledge and research into the computer parts goes. So yeah, I would recommend that you pair them together. As long as you have about 8 gigs of RAM, you should be absolutely sorted playing absolutely everything. And with regards to the question about joining my outfit on PlanetSide 2, I also had another question from Extalantica asking if I was going to make any PlanetSide 2 videos. The majority of my time at the moment is dedicated between playing Counter-Strike, playing Battlefield, doing content for this channel, and then studying for my A-levels at the moment. So at the moment I have very little time for anything else, because that actually leads me on to a question for you guys actually. I play a lot of Counter-Strike at the moment, and we have actually entered into a Gfinity tournament. Me and 4 of my friends, which basically we make a bit of a team. It's not the super most awesomest of team, but we're going to have a crack at winning, doing well in the tournament, or even just getting last place would be quite good. I mean, the fact that we actually got into it was good enough for us, to be honest. But would you be interested in seeing some content, maybe some VODs and such like that on Counter-Strike of us playing in this tournament? Could you record it, edit it down to quite quick, and just wondering, is that something you guys would like? So let me know. But yeah, I don't really play PlanetSide 2 as much as I would like to anymore. I used to play it loads. I had like over 200 hours in like 3 or 4 months on it. I mean, I just absolutely keen beaned it, and I loved the game, but I struggle to find time to play it, unfortunately, at the moment. But I would like to get back into playing it, so maybe in the holidays, when after I've done all my exams, I might be able to play it a bit more. So yeah, ask me again in the future, or I'll put up another PlanetSide video when I start playing again, probably. The next question is from Joseph Bertrand, and he says, what's your opinion on the Mac Pro? Now, the new Mac Pro is like a bin, isn't it, really? It's like it's a bin with a computer in it, and I think I am not a Mac fan, to be honest. I dislike the amount they charge for their products for what they are. I mean, you can build a much faster PC for the price of the Mac Pro. Admittedly, it will be a lot bigger than the Mac Pro, but you can build a faster computer for the same price. You can get, I think the Mac Pro goes up to a 12 core, if I remember correctly, or a 16 core, or something like that. So you can get lots of power, and it is a fast machine. I mean, it's by no means a slouch. It's just the fact that you are paying a lot of money for the design that goes into making it into a little bin and such. So yeah, it's not a bad computer per se, but it is a very expensive computer. And so what I would probably say is, I do not have anything against it. I just like, I would not buy it for gaming. Let's just put it as that. It's designed for workstation use. So yeah, I wouldn't buy a Mac Pro myself. I'd build a PC myself. It's just whether you think the form factor and the Apple branding's worth it and such. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Next question is from the Dabos. We have a lot of questions on this video, it's crazy. He says, hey, would you recommend an FX 9590 instead of a 3570K? Thanks in advance. Yes, a 9590 is an absolute beast of a processor. I mean, if you've got the stuff to cool it, then yes. I mean, it's an 8-core 5 GHz processor. I mean, it's stupidly fast. Whereas a 3570K is a 3.4 GHz or 3.2 GHz quad core. An FX 9590 will absolutely destroy a 3570K, especially if you're streaming or video encoding as well as just gaming. So yes, I would if they're comparable prices. Next question is from MotoChip, and he says, what operating system do you most recommend, including different Windows? Thanks. I personally would just recommend Windows 8, the latest edition of Windows 8, just because of the fact you get the new DirectX 11.2, which is supposedly gives you performance enhancements, plus you get the ability, sorry, I'm just going mad here, to use Mantle, which is AMD's new API. So if you have an AMD 7000 series or newer card, you can use Mantle as an API, which basically speeds up performance in pretty much any game that supports it. So yeah, that's what operating system I'd recommend. I wouldn't recommend SteamOS at the moment, just because I'm not entirely sure on the game support for it at this moment. Certainly games such as Battlefield and such are not supported, unfortunately, at this time, although who knows, it might get ported at some point. And the next question is from Majestic Mango, and he says, can you and me record together? Email me at, and then he puts his email address. Shouldn't really be putting your email address on the internet unless it's like a work, like one you don't mind getting spammed with things like Viagra supplements and such, because someone is bound to sign you up for something. But in terms of recording together, I haven't really done a dual commentary for a very long time, and if I have, it's been a playthrough and such. In terms of you, Majestic Mango, I don't at the moment know what content you do and such, so I'm not really sure if that's something that I can do. I feel really bad here turning someone down, but it's not the fact that I don't particularly want to record with you, it's just the fact that I have, a lot of things I have to dedicate my time to, in that I can't dedicate, I'm going to go on the computer at 8 o'clock and record this thing. I record when it's like I find the time to do it, because that's just the way my life is at the moment. Maybe sometime in the future, this isn't just a Majestic Manga, this is to pretty much everyone, I will be able to do more dual commentaries and such. It's just at the moment I cannot dedicate the time to do things like that, just because of the fact that I don't know what's coming up next in my life, because I refuse to keep a diary. So yeah, the next question is from is it Simi? Isn't it Shamey HD? I don't know. I can never pronounce it. It's like an Irish name, like Siobhan, which is spelled Cyoban. I'm just like, oh, I can't do with your names. And he said, would an i3 3220 bottleneck an R9 270? And the answer is not by much, very little, especially if you're playing games such as Battlefield 4 or other Mantle supported games, because that takes huge amounts off the CPU. So yeah, it's not going to be bad. I mean, if you've already got an i3 3220, then I would certainly upgrade to an R9 270. But if you've already got an R9 270 and thinking of a new processor to buy, then I'd say buy an i5 or something like that. But an i3 3220, if it does bottleneck if it does bottleneck an R9 270, it won't bottleneck it by much. So yeah, you should be fine with that. And the next question is from Michael Hughes, and he says, I want to get a cheap laptop to play Battlefield 4 and Minecraft. I need one that is somewhat light, thanks, and I do not have a budget for it. So I do not know. I cannot recommend anything to you without a budget, because I don't know whether you're looking at something like a Razer Blade or if you're looking at a really cheap Ultrabook. So yeah, there's not much I can do to help you there, unfortunately. But anyway, that's it for the questions. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment, and all that awesome stuff. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.